Hello again, beautiful souls. It is so amazing to be back with you here in the Abundant Empath community. It has been a bit. I've just been back for about a week from some time in Tulum. So many breakthroughs, so much shifting vibrationally within me, spiritually. It has been an amazing journey, and that is one of the reasons why I'm excited to be back with you, because there is so much to share. And today specifically, we are going to be talking about this idea of I'll be happy when. Amazing. Thank you, Janelle. I'll be happy when. How many of you have heard yourself or felt yourself in that place of needing or wanting to be somewhere in the future, meaning we're striving for something outside of ourselves in order for us to feel a certain way? I'll be happy when, or I'll feel confident when I have the body that I want. I'll feel safe and secure when I have a certain amount of money in the bank. I will feel loved when I have a partner. I will feel connection when I have a partner, right? This idea of we've got to be something else, we've got to have something else, and it's externalizing our emotions, our feelings, putting that somewhere in the future. Now, on the flip side, right? How many of us have ever gotten to the place where we wanted to be or where we should have been, right? Happy, fulfilled, feeling safe and secure in a relationship, whatever it was. And we thought that place that we wanted to get to, we got there and we still weren't happy or fulfilled. What is all of that about, right? What is that all of that about? And today specifically, we're going to talk about money, because I've noticed that a lot of you, as I've been reviewing apps and as you've been coming into the group, we are now over 500 members, woohoo, here in the Abundant Empath community. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you click the link to join the Facebook group. But what I've been noticing, that a lot of us are attempting to attract money, right? And what do we think that money is going to give us? That's the thing, right? So money, and how many of you have heard this, and everything is energy. Money is energy, right? So that giving and receiving, that flow, it's simply a flow of energy. And I want you to think of yourself as a vessel that is capable, as a container that is capable of holding so much energy or light, right? So if we are not at the level of abundance yet that we want to be in any area of our life, that simply means that our vessel, our internal being, this is not about becoming something different. This is about that being, our vibration, our energy is not yet at that point to be able to hold that higher vibration. And so how do we actually block when we say that I'll be happy when, how do we actually block what it is that we want? Because we're seeking more when we haven't actually even learned how to kind of like fill out and fill up ourselves with where we are right now. So no matter how much we have, no matter how much we attract, we will never feel full, because we haven't learned yet how to feel full on the inside, right? I mentioned I was just in Tulum, and I experienced this in some ways, right? I was in this beautiful space. I was in this beautiful place with my partner, having an amazing time, having all these growth moments. And one of the reasons I had the growth moments, right, is because I witnessed something in myself. And that was, no matter how much beauty, no matter what was going on externally, there was this little voice inside that was stopping me from fully feeling happy, from fully feeling secure, from fully feeling abundant. And I believe one of the reasons I felt that and observed that was to share this with you today. So the question becomes, what is blocking us, right? What is blocking us from truly elevating our vibration so that we can be in a space where we're capable of welcoming in more? It's like we've got to be learn to be happy where we are. We've got to learn to be safe and secure where we are. We've got to learn to feel loved where we are, because even if we were to be able to attract those things into our life, we still wouldn't feel fulfilled. We'd always be saying, all be happy wins. So wouldn't it be amazing, right? Even thinking about this in terms of, you've all heard the example of people who win the lottery, right? And they end up broke, or they're still not happy, or something tragic happens in their lives, or they're depressed, or whatever it is. Or some of the most successful people, are depressed. We don't want to become those people, right? So we want to learn, how do we start to feel full now? How do we start to shift our vibration now so that we can be on the vibration, we can attract what we want, and we can keep on expanding and making room for more and more and more, because we're capable of holding more energy, capable of holding more light, so that we're not getting to where we want to be and saying, I need more in order to feel X way, right? So part of this is thinking about, what is it that I think that I will feel when I get what I want? If it's money, is it security? Is it freedom? That was one of the things that came up for me when I was in Tulum. What I really wanted to feel was freedom, right? And how do I start living that way now? Now, here are some things. We're going to do like an audit. We're going to do like an audit, an abundance audit. And I want you to think about ways that you might be blocking yourself from being able to hold more abundance, being able to hold more light, being capable of attracting more in. And the way that we do that is because we're not yet filling out where we are now. We're not yet truly embracing exactly where you are and who you are, right? So here's the audit. I'm going to give you 4 things to think about. I want you to really think about this right now. So one of the things that blocks us from abundance is not trusting that you are exactly where you are meant to be on your journey. The truth is, no matter where you are, if you're in a space of in between, if you're in a space where you've just lost your job, if you're in a space where something challenging has happened in your life, the truth still is, you are exactly where you are meant to be, right? And we've got to truly embrace and trust that. So we've got to replace that lack mentality around life flowing as it is with faith that we are always where we are meant to be. So I want you to think about that. Are you questioning where you are in your journey? Are you telling yourself that you did something wrong? Are you telling yourself, I've got to hurry up and get to a space? In order to really fill out our energy, in order to really raise our vibration, to be ready for more, we've got to find faith and peace in exactly where we are right now at every single moment of our lives, right? Number two, here's a big one, especially if you're manifesting money. We want more, we want to bring in more abundance, but are we truly utilizing the gifts that we've been given to our fullest capacity? Are we truly, here's the word, confident in who we are, in what we've been given, right? And part of this too is like always this pursuit of, I've got to be more to attract more. No, we've got to, in order to fill out that vessel, in order to be able to attract more, we've got to fully leverage the gifts that we've been given right now. So are you putting yourself out there? Are you taking risks? Are you sharing your gifts? Are you looking for opportunities to use them to the fullest and kind of push to that next level? That's what's going to attract abundance. If we're just sitting on our hands waiting for our dream job to come, or waiting for something, to win the lottery or whatever it is, we're not going to be able to attract abundance, right? To be able to shift to that next vibration, we've got to fully utilize the talents that we've been given, the gifts that we've been given. We've got to be confident in who we are and confidently shine that light into the world, right? Number 3, are we fully accepting what it is that we've always been given, that we already have been given, right? So each time, you get a paycheck and you have to pay a bill, are you already like, oh, I don't have enough, or are we grateful for what it is that we have, right? Every time we spend money on something, we invest in ourselves. Are we thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have enough? Are we truly allowing ourselves to not only be grateful? I think gratitude is a big part of this, but there's also part of us that is about fully enjoying what it is that we have, that abundance that we have. We can have, again, a bank account full of money, But if we're not able to sit back and relax and be at peace and say, yes, I have enough for the things that I need and the things that I love and the things that I want to do, then we're never going to feel like we have enough. So how can you dig deeper within you to find gratitude, but also find that pleasure, that enjoyment, that really being present and intentional with what it is that's showing up in our life, right? If we want more freedom in our lives, where is it that you can already seek and find those spaces where you've already got freedom? If you want more, validation's not the right word, but just other people like acknowledging you, acknowledgement for the things that you do, for the work that you do. You want more affection from your partner or love from your partner. How can you give that to yourself? How can you recognize what's already there, what's already present in your life, and fully embrace that? And then finally, in order to expand and lift up our vibration, to be in a place of more abundance, we've got to be willing to give. If we're holding on tightly to everything that we have, if we're, hiding our gifts, if we're not willing to, give, pay someone for what they're worth or tip them, or we're not willing to share what it is that we have to share, even using our voice, we've got to be generous with our energy, because when we're generous with our energy, that lifts our vibration, that shifts us at a heart space, and that gives the universe a reason to bring even more in, because we're putting energy out. If we're holding on, if we're hoarding our energy, I've got to protect my energy, I've got to hold on to my money, I've got to protect my heart, whatever it is, I've got to control, then we're just keeping that energy tight, locked in, right? Thinking again about that vessel. If we're giving, if we're putting energy out, the universe is going to bring us energy back. And it's not always a tit for tat. When we're talking about the universe and giving and receiving, it's not always this, if I give to this person, they're going to give back to me. We don't know. When we give, when we're generous, we don't know how it's going to come back to us. So think about opportunities instead of that like hoarding or, I need to hold on to this in order to feel safe and secure, and this can show up in a variety of different ways. I've got to protect my time, because if I give my time, then I'm not going to have enough. How can you, in the ways that are most challenging for you, how can you start to give a little bit more, trusting and knowing that whatever you give, it will come back to you in ways beyond what you can even imagine, okay? So that is the 4 parts that we're going to talk about today for the abundance audit. We'll go more into this, but remember, and even like I said, close your eyes and visualize this. Energy, everything is energy. Money is energy. When I think about myself as a vessel that's able, a vessel, a space that's capable of holding light, a body that's capable of holding light and money and abundance. Am I fully filling up? Am I fully radiating my vibration out into the world? Am I fully grateful? Am I fully maximizing exactly what I've been given already? Because if I'm not, then there's no reason for the universe to give us more. Right? So how can you dig deeper? How can you give more? How can you find more energy to have even more faith in exactly where you are, that it's exactly where you're meant to be? How can you find more confidence in your gifts? How can you find more gratitude, more sharing, more generosity? That's what it takes to create abundance. That's what it takes to manifest money, all right? Affirmations are beautiful. Vision boards are beautiful, but we've got to do the inner work. Like I said, those times when it feels challenging to put yourself out there, those times when it feels like I don't want to give, I want to hold on to this. When it's times where I don't want to invest in myself because I might need to save this money for a rainy day, those are the times where we need to take that step out in faith and know that that's expanding your vibration, so that you are capable of holding more in the universe. When you put energy out, the universe finds ways to bring it back in. And that's how we climb up. That's how we become capable of raising that vibration, of being able and being at a space where we're at a higher vibration to align with even more abundance in our lives. Thank you so much for being here. It has been my pleasure. I love you all so much, and I will see you again very soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend.